Hello. Sorry, it's taking me so long. I was trying to just. Yeah, it's too much to explain. But hello. We are playing more spooky FMV game. I'm trying to post to Twitter that I'm live. Oh, have message requests. Oh boy. Amazing. Okay. It was one of those big on Twitter what's going around right now, which is just everyone just being added to this gigantic group chat. And it's like, no, I'm good. Oh my god. I can't take good selfies anymore. That's okay. It happens with age. Mostly when I say that, I mean it happens because one of my eyes is just half of my face is just drooping. Not loving that, but and I know other people don't see it as bad as I do, but oh boy, I see it bad. Just in selfies in general, or watching myself on screen like this, it also makes it really bad. But yes, hello everyone. It is time for more Dr. Dekker. Um, Also just gonna put in here on Twitter that I'm live. Whatever. Just have to do that on the actual website. So bright. There we go. Much better. Whew. Whew. So how's everyone else's day? We're getting started really early, so I don't think anyone's in chat right now. But honestly, that's fine. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna be doing things. I'm very excited. I've been thinking about this game nonstop since we played it last week, or 2 weeks ago now, I think. Week and a half or something. Um, like, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I really wanted to keep playing it. It was Ariana's turn this week to play games, and I was like, oh my god, I really, really want to play. Oh my god, I really, really want to play. But, you know, it is what it is. But here we are, playing it once again. Um, I went and I got a haircut today, which is the first time in a while. Well, not that long. It's been since I got the undercut, which is completely growing out now. And I asked her to take like 2 inches off, and I think she only took like one, because the ends still don't feel great, to be real with you. But that also is because I didn't put any product in my hair, because they usually put product in my hair, despite the fact that I tell them not to. So I was like, okay, I'll just wash my hair, put a little bit of leave-in conditioner in, and then go. And then they didn't put anything in my hair, and now it's dried just like straw, and I'm like, ugh. But that's okay. Which is fine, because honestly, I plan on dyeing it in the next few days anyway. Because I would like to. I want to go like auburn at the roots, and then have the bright orange at the tips. So, that's the plan. That is the plan currently. But yes, oh, okay. We got some users in chat. What's going on? Why is it saying that I don't? Okay. So, I'm going to just get started on the game because I know I'm just going to get really wrapped up into it. So let's just hop right in. I have to actually sign into Steam because I didn't do that. Okay. guys. Okay, I think that should be better. Turn me up a little. Okay. Okay, right. We're currently talking to Jaya. So, talking to Jaya. What has her... Okay. Who is Ben? We already don't. Okay, Ben.
I'm not sure Ben will be coming in for a while. He's still pretty shook up about finding the body. I'm
Finding the
surprised
body.
it doesn't happen more often in the line of work he's in. Anyway, he said he found the body at exactly 20 minutes past 10. For some reason, the first thing he did was look at his watch.
Valid.
That's all he'd say before he'd shut down. The police weren't very talkative either.
Okay, so we already have Ben found the body. Okay. Police? Question mark?
The police wanted to know what I was doing Valentine's night, you know, when the body was found. I was at home, all on my lonesome. So I guess that makes me a suspect.
It does make you a suspect, yes. All alone?
Sorry, that doesn't mean
No.
anything.
Whatever.
Yes, Ben.
Oh, we already did Valentine's night.
Yes, Ben found Dr. Dekker's body on Valentine's night in his office. In your office. I don't know what Dr. Dekker was doing here, and my services weren't required that evening. He'd often stay late though, so it wasn't that unusual.
Okay.
I don't know exactly, but a stabbing of some kind.
Stabbing.
We'll be getting the autopsy through at some point. I'll let you know when.
Stabbing?
I didn't see it myself, so I don't know. But I heard it was a bit of a mess with all the blood and everything. You know, they have people who clean up after such things, though, so you really can't tell, can you? But don't worry. That's a new chair.
Okay. Who are the suspects?
I think the police want you to make a short list of suspects,
Okay.
or maybe even find the killer. You're seeing all the patients that were on the books when he
I
was
have to?
killed. There was no forced entry, so they think it might be someone he knew, or someone who had access to the office. Like little old me. Do you think I'm a suspect,
Yes.
Doctor?
This... No, I don't think you're a suspect.
And you barely know me. I'm flattered. They did mention I needed grief counselling, though, and I said you'd sort me out. I know you haven't agreed, but just so you know, it's very kind of you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh boy. Well, no, I want to look at your other responses. Stabbing.
I didn't see it myself, so I don't know. But I heard it was a bit of a mess with all the blood and everything. You know, they have people who clean up after such things, though, so you really can't tell, can you? But don't worry. That's a new chair. I didn't see it myself.
Sorry,
So
I
I
got
don't know.
distracted.
But I heard it was a bit of a mess with all the blood and everything. You know, they have people who clean up after such things, though, so you really can't tell, can you? But don't worry. That's a new chair.
Okay. A new chair?
All I know is the police took his chair. Forensics, I suppose.
No, there's still stuff to talk to her about. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, I have 5 responses. Oh. Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say we were best friends, but we did spend a lot of time together. There's only 2 of us that work here. I'm sure we'll become friends too, Doctor. Just try not to get murdered.
I mean, I'll try not to get murdered. What do you think happened? That's my question.
That's a good question. I just wish I knew the answer. He was stabbed, so that's quite a personal thing to do. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the patients who had a problem with the treatment they were getting.
Okay. Which patient do you suspect? Nope. Okay.
He was stabbed, so that's quite a personal thing to do. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the patients who had a problem with the treatment they were getting. I'm just surmising. If you're unhappy enough to kill your therapist, they're probably not doing a very good job.
Okay, okay. Nope. I still have, like... Who are the suspects, I think? You know the patients. No. Okay.
I wasn't really in his social circle, so I don't know if he had any friends.
Hello, Carol.
In terms of enemies, I heard things get heated in his office sometimes, but I won't name any names. I wasn't really in his social circle, so I don't know if he had any friends. In terms of enemies, I heard things get heated in his office sometimes, but I won't name any names.
Heated?
Sorry, I don't have a...
Heated in his office? No. Name any names?
Susan, Annabelle, Melissa. There are some names. But they're not
Ma'am.
names of anyone I know.
Ma'am. Ha! We did it, though. Nice.
I'm having a loop day.
Okay. I'm having a loop day. A loop day?
It's a do-over day. You won't remember. What's the name of your assistant again?
Her name is Jaya.
You didn't know that yesterday. Can you remember where I met Hannah?
God, he met Hannah in school.
Well done, Doctor. Yeah, we met at secondary. Wouldn't it be funny if my day loops if you fail to get a question right?
Okay.
You didn't know that yesterday. Can you remember where I met Hannah? Well done, Doctor. Yeah, we met at secondary. Wouldn't it be funny if my day loops if you fail to get a question right?
Oh, God. So now I know that's... I failed to get a question right. God. Do you think that would be funny?
I'm not sure that's the answer I'm looking for.
Damn it. Okay. What else didn't I know yesterday?
I'm not sure that's the answer I'm looking.
Damn it.
You didn't know that yesterday. Can you remember where I met Hannah?
I didn't know that yesterday.
I'm not sure that's the answer.
Oh my god.
Well done, Doctor. Yeah, we met at secondary. Wouldn't it be funny if my day loops if you fail to get a question right?
Wouldn't it be funny if my day loops if you fail to get a question right? What are we thinking? Because I know I can just look for a hint, but what are we thinking? From what we have so far. So we have, you didn't know that yesterday. Can you remember where I met Hannah? Okay, I said you met her in school. And he says, yeah, we met at secondary. Wouldn't it be funny if I have a loop day when you don't get a question right? Fuck. We already asked loop day. So we already know. It's when he has to go through a day again. Name is Jaya. You didn't know that yesterday, he says. Can you tell me where I met Hannah? Okay, I think I'm just gonna go for a hint. Okay.
I agree.
God damn it. I missed something.
I'm having a loop day.
Okay, cool. Cool. Nice.
It's a do-over day. You won't remember.
Okay.
It's
Yes.
a do-over day.
Her name is Jaya.
I suppose you did remember that yesterday.
Okay.
Can you remember where I met Hannah?
You met her in school.
Yeah, at secondary school. It's been fun, but I've got a pill.
What is your pill?
Dr. Dekker gave me this pill. He told me if I took it, I'd never have another loop day. It's got a small skull and crossbones on it. Should I take the tablet, Doctor?
No, you should not take the tablet.
You're cool. I don't think this is getting us anywhere, though. I'll see you tomorrow. Again.
Okay. I still never figured that one out. Okay.
I'm having a loop day.
Okay. I'm wondering, can I just go straight in with remembering something else that we've already... What if I just start in with my assistant's name is Jaya? What would that do? Let's try it. Assistant's name is Jaya.
Well done. Can you remember where I met Hannah?
You met her in secondary school.
Yeah, great. Is there anything you can say that's going to break this loop for me?
You played Warcraft with her.
No, I don't play that game anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, great. Is there anything you can say that's going to break this loop for me?
Okay. This loop. I have to ask that, I think.
It's a do-over day. You won't remember it. What's the name of your assistant again?
Okay, we already answered that.
Yeah, great. Is there anything you can say that's going to break this loop for me?
Is there anything you can say that's going to break this loop for me? Uh... 10 responses. Oh, God. Is there anything you can say that will break this loop for me? Ugh. Oh my God. Can I just tell him to take the tablet? Damn it. What do you think will break the loop? Nope. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, great. Is there anything you can say that's going to break this loop for me?
Anything you can say that's going to break this loop for me? God. What if I just tell him, yes, take the tablet?
I never mentioned a pill this time, or a tablet. What the hell is going on here? Are you reliving my days?
Yes, I'm reliving this day.
Something somewhere has changed since you arrived. Like some kind of sim theory.
Sim theory?
It's a thing. Some professor believes we could be living inside a computer simulation and someone is controlling us. And there are millions of these sims. And someone somewhere behind a keyboard is just causing havoc. I'm starting to think you have that keyboard, Doctor. Wait, don't answer that. I don't want to know.
Well, we fucking did it.
Midnight each day.
On Valentine's night,
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10.
Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home,
David is my husband.
all on my lonesome.
Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death when I'm dancing.
You get this day over and over.
Hilda,
I black out,
I don't think she's got long.
And Laurie just,
naked on the beach.
Hannah.
Is that it for today?
Hey. Okay.
Ooh, deja vu. Are you sitting in exactly the same place I left you last night? Oh, that's where it all starts, Doctor. Anyway, do you think you can fit me in today? Looking at the diary, it's just the usual suspects, and you must be getting sick of them already. I've got this for you, too. It's some more footage from Professor Alderby that was hiding away. Well, come find me if you need anything.
Okay. Watch
Nothing,
this.
of course. The faculty thinks I've gone loopy, like some kind of spongy Mobius strip. That's why I'm here, isn't it, Dr. Dekker? Him, God, the great old one, the elder god, Cthulhu. However you address
Okay,
him.
we're just going straight into...
Listen to me. You're not listening. It's your only bloody job.
Well,
Well, let's call him God. He creates this world for his amusement, something he can play with and occasionally alter to suit his mood.
me playing The Sims earlier.
But something goes wrong. Man and woman evolve. What was once chaotic becomes, well, more ordered. Without chaos, he has less power. When there's too much order, he becomes impotent. So he needs to instill chaos again.
Of course.
You know how he does this? No.
MC Command Center.
And yes, but you're being too granular. He needs chaos so he can return, and the only thing stopping him is you. Not just you. You and people like you. Psychiatrists, doctors, nurses. Anyone who is caring for people who are losing their sanity.
I see.
You have no comprehension how important your job is, do you? He doesn't need your version of insanity to spread. He needs chaos.
I see.
It's not the same. It's just a means to an end. They're not all cultists, unfortunately. Once you see the truth, it's hard not to spread chaos yourself, to cause further insanity and harm your own. I doubt it. But can I make you question your reality? Definitely. But in doing so, I would be promoting more chaos.
I see.
On the basis, the central component of our universe is chaos. Science can only document a perception of the chaos at any one given moment in time. As, by definition, chaos is unpredictable from one moment to the next.
Indeed.
Which means that at any given moment, we can choose to alter our perception of the world, no matter how much chaos that would cause. In 10 seconds' time, there will be no gravity in this room, and we will float. 3, 2, 1. You think nothing happened. Where's your glass, Doctor?
Interesting. Interesting. Hello? Hey. My notes. I should ask the patients where they were that day. Okay. I guess I'm starting with Nathan. How are you?
Hello again, Doctor. I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it. Yesterday, I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to move forward. I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are a pile of ashes.
Okay. You burned her clothes?
I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it. It's just the clothes. I decided to burn those yesterday, so here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe to some charity or another, and only buy stuff she loved. I was left with winter. I don't even know what her favourite season was. Does it matter? What's your favourite season, Doctor?
Well, my favorite season is autumn.
I thought you'd be an autumn person. That means you're supposed to be grounded and productive
I see.
And you like your space.
What is your favorite season?
I like winter. Being snowed in with Hannah. Just the two of us. It's paradise.
Okay. Where were you on Valentine's night?
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day.
Really? Henley
I was talking
Church?
to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
Fine, I will. Or I won't. Because Jaya's not listed. Okay. Well. Well, you know what? Henley Church? Fuck. Octopus?
It's a sea creature, like an octopus. I suppose they find dinosaur bones everywhere. Just because we're on land now doesn't mean millions of years ago this place wasn't at the bottom of an ocean.
Okay.
Hello again, Doctor. I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it. Yesterday, I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to move forward. I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are a pile of ashes.
Okay. I've already asked about the clothes. So that's not what I need to go off of there. Why did you regret it? No, okay.
I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it. It's just the clothes. I've decided to burn those yesterday, so here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe to some charity or another, and only buy stuff she loved. I was left with winter. I don't even know what her favourite season was. Does it matter? What's your favourite season, Doctor?
Already did that. Okay. Okay. Burned her clothes. Instantly regretted it. What other things did you keep?
Should I know something about that? Sorry.
Other things of Hannah did you keep?
Sorry, I don't know.
Where do you keep Hannah's things?
Can't help you. Sorry.
Hannah's things?
Sorry. No.
Hey. Fuck it. I already asked that.
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day, visiting Hannah's grave.
Okay, there we
the
go.
anniversary of her death. Her parents wanted a huge funeral with all the trimmings. Hannah would never have come for it. It does give me somewhere to visit. I got to write the epitaph.
Hey, what was the epitaph?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What was the epitaph. Correct?
Pass.
What?
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day, visiting Hannah's grave. It's the anniversary of her death. Her parents wanted a huge funeral with all the trimmings. Hannah would never have come for it. It does give me somewhere to visit. I got to write the epitaph.
Epitaph. The epitaph?
I don't know.
What did you write?
That's not really something.
Okay, Henley Church. Okay, fucking hell. What did Dr. Dekker think of you?
Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me. If that's even a thing.
Cursed you?
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me.
Okay.
I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
Yes, I can give you advice.
I've got nothing.
What advice do you need?
I've been trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. But setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair, which I've not sat in since. Which one do you think's best?
Why don't you sit in the rocking chair?
Set fire to the rocking chair.
No!
I never like the way it moves forwards and backwards.
I said sit!
Forwards and backwards.
Well then, I guess he's gonna set fire to the rocking chair. Ugh. How frustrating. What about Jaya? Or
Sorry. No.
he asked my assistant, when did you last see Dr. Dekker? Okay, whatever.
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day, visiting Hannah's grave. It's the anniversary of her death.
Anniversary of her death? Oh my god. Fucking hell. I'm gonna go talk to someone else. Hi, Mariana. How are you today?
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session, and no blackouts, new doctor, and new hope. You're much better behaved than Dr. Dekker.
Better behaved?
Dr. Dekker dated his patients. That's not good behavior, is it?
He dated his patients?
I think her name was Scarlet? One of his patients, an older woman. I guess that's how he liked them.
I see. How he liked them?
Don't know. It's cold in here.
Okay, haven't been to the beach.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session. Kind of missed it.
Okay. And you haven't blacked out?
No idea.
Have you been dancing?
I've danced around in my living room, but no clubs since last time. I like dancing around in my underwear. Sometimes less.
Ma'am, I am your doctor. Please stop coming on to me.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session, and no blackouts, new doctor, and new hope. You're much better behaved than Dr. Dekker.
Okay, we already hit better behaved. We already hit beach. New hope.
A hope for a cure, of course.
Okay, okay, cool.
I think her name was Scarlet? One of his patients, an older woman. I guess that's how he liked them.
Okay, did you, Dr. Dekker, try to date you?
You're confusing me.
Okay, you want to date Dr. Dekker?
Just ask me one thing.
Did you like Dr. Dekker?
We went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
Jesus Christ, woman. I did not like that at all. Thought Mariana said she didn't drink. Very true. Thought you said you didn't drink.
I don't drink, only sometimes, like a social drinker. Like a social smoker. They don't smoke either.
No, they do. They do smoke. That's not how that works. Okay, so... a cure?
I want to stop having blackouts.
Okay, well, good news.
I want to be able to remember. I want you to fix me.
Okay. Okay. So, cleared that up. Okay, I haven't been to the beach.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last
Hey,
session.
I missed it.
Kind of missed it.
Missed the beach.
You do something a lot, you're gonna miss it.
Okay.
I suspect I'll go back there soon, but it's helped with the blackouts.
Okay. Good. Cleared that up. I don't want to breach the subject of maybe less in your underwear, but I feel like if I want to 100% this, I'm gonna have to. Okay, well, where were you on Valentine's Day?
I was with Dr. Dekker until about 9 o'clock. I remember getting an Uber. It was expensive, and the driver was annoying. I saw one of your patients, actually, the nurse, when we drove by the pier. She was with someone. I don't think she saw me.
Okay. Ma'am, have you ever heard of Cthulhu? Should I ask her that? Have you ever heard of Cthulhu?
Nope.
Damn. I was really hoping that would be something I could just get out there. Until 9?
No idea. Is that
Where were you with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's night? Valentine. Okay. Where were you on Valentine's night? Okay, nope, already did that.
We went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something.
Persuasive. Persuasive?
I know, it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it? I feel pretty ugly. But I think I have a nice smile.
Ma'am. Ma'am. You think you're ugly?
Lots of people find me attractive, but I've seen something truly beautiful. It makes me feel dull by comparison.
Truly beautiful?
I have a recurring dream where I find something beautiful in the sea. But I don't know you that well yet, Doctor. Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
Ma'am.
Sorry to cut in, Doctor. I've just had a phone call from a solicitor. Ben's trying to sue us for nervous shock. Should I go and see him to talk it out, or should I find a solicitor to represent us? Sorry to be pushy, I just think we should act quickly before it's too late. Okay, well, just let me know.
Ma'am, I am in the middle of trying to talk to a patient. Okay. My notes. Okay. Hey, excuse me one moment, Mariana. I don't want to talk to you yet. Actually, let's get back to Mariana. Recurring dream?
Wouldn't you like to know? Is our session up now?
Rude. Okay. He dated his patients. Did you meet Scarlett?
It's Scarlet with 2 T's. Pretentious.
I did just use 2 T's because I remembered. Okay. Cool. In your living room?
We went out for drinks.
Not for
Didn't you know?
drinks. Already talked about that.
He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
Okay, well, we already asked persuasive, and we already asked about drinks. A breach?
You know, like a breach of ethics or something. Girl doesn't ask for details.
Okay. Well, that didn't help. Or did it? I don't know. I didn't notice. Where were you on Valentine's Day?
I was with Dr. Dekker until about 9 o'clock. I remember getting an Uber. It was expensive, and the driver was annoying. I saw one of your patients, actually, the nurse, when we drove by the pier. She was with someone. I don't think she saw me.
You saw Elin?
Sorry, say that again?
Okay. Okay, did you like Dr. Dekker?
We went out for drinks.
We went out for drinks.
Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
I don't know how we have anything else left on that. Ugh, hint. Okay.
It was Valentine's Day. I drink on special occasions.
Okay. Was a special occasion. I can't spell.
We went out for Valentine's Day. Neither of us had dates, so I just suggested we go out together. You know, rather than just sit in with nothing to do. He'd been acting a bit strange anyway, and I thought he could do with a break.
Okay. Well, technically that means I'm done with her. However, needed a break.
I don't know.
Why? Acting strange?
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
Push you over the edge?
I just felt like I had some kind of special power. And part of me wanted to use it. And he urged me to do that. I don't want to say any more about it, not now.
Okay. All right, I win. 24 months. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I'll come back to you. Now I'll come back to you. Okay, Elin, how are you? Okay. How are you today, Elin?
I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
I was going to ask how Hilda was. Stealing from your patients?
I don't know. Sorry.
Who accused you?
Of course, it was Terry that accused me of stealing. One of the other nurses. She's actually trying to make out that I'm some kind of HSK.
HSK?
Healthcare serial killer.
Oh my god.
You know, like
I
those
mean,
nurses that kill loads of their patients. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Anyway, because a few of my patients have died on me, and some of those patients have given me gifts, Terry thinks it means that I've been killing them off.
I see. Okay. Hilda is getting worse.
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session.
Yes, I remember.
She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
How can you tell she's dying?
I can sense it. You know? It's like when you're outside and there's a sudden change in the light or the air feels different and you know it's going to rain. It's like that. I always know when one of my patients is fading, even before the doctors know. Their energy changes. Sounds silly when I put it into words. I sound like my mum.
Okay. You need to see her?
To help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
Okay. Loose ends?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think I have any loose ends. I don't know what that says about me.
Okay. Where were you on Valentine's?
Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date, different to what I'm used to.
Different to what you're used to?
It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know? Dinner at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier.
Okay.
Held hands, had a bit of a kiss. Then he called a cab, and I went home, alone.
Bummer. Did you see Mariana on Valentine's? No. Okay. Did you see Mariana on the pier?
I feel like you're asking me questions about something I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would
Already
never do.
dealt with that. Accused me of stealing.
Hilda's getting worse.
Talked about Hilda. Then... Okay. We're only just now getting to Elin for the first time. We're an hour into stream, and I'm only just getting to Elin. Yeah. Okay. Bad day?
I don't really have anything to tell you.
Okay, ma'am.
To help her finish her unfinished business. People who...
Unfinished business?
Hilda wants to see her daughter. She's in Australia, so I'm going to have to use my talent.
Your talent? Question?
I can change my skin. What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just, hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them. It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them.
Okay, well, let's change the subject just real quick. How did Dr. Dekker feel about you?
Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day.
Not what I
3 or 4,
asked.
I think. Just a few hours later, he was... I still can't get over it.
Could you tell Dr. Dekker was going to die? No. Okay. Ma'am, are you doing murders? You know? You become them?
No, it doesn't hurt at all. I don't think it's a physical thing. I don't think my body actually changes. I think it's more like an illusion. Like my energy changes or something.
Okay. Okay. An illusion?
It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand. Obviously, I can't see myself, but I feel it leave me. If you get what I mean.
Okay. Okay. We'll circle back around.
I can change my skin.
Change again.
What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just, hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them. It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them.
Okay, comfort them.
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
Okay. Could you do it? Could you change your skin now?
I don't know how it works. I just know that it does.
Okay, not what I asked you, but sure.
It was very traditional, old-fashioned, you know? Dinner at a nice restaurant. Then we went for a little walk along the pier. Held hands, had a bit of a kiss. Then he called a cab, and I went home, alone.
Cab. Okay. Your date called a cab?
I think it was about 11 when I left Max.
Okay.
I'm sure you could check with the taxi company if you really wanted to. If you think I need an alibi.
Maybe Jaya could check Elin's alibi with the taxi company. Okay. Okay. Cool. Comfort them in illusion. I still haven't figured out how are you today. I still don't, because I did everything.
I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
I already asked about accuse me from stealing, and I already asked about Hilda. What did they accuse you of stealing?
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
Okay. Can you tell me about Alice? Okay, well, you know what? Yeah, what else have patients given you?
I have a few other things.
Okay, I'll ask about...
A ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets, really.
Okay. Oh, nope, that's now done. Okay, good. Trinkets?
Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die. But Alice's son never visited. He didn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery? It just doesn't feel right to me. What do you think, Doctor? Am I wrong to keep the locket?
I don't think you're wrong for... I don't think it's wrong to keep the locket.
I'm not sure about that.
No, it's not wrong to keep the locket.
Thank you, Doctor. That makes me feel much better. I shouldn't let what Terry says bother me so much.
Okay, so let's try to get everyone to eat orange, and then we'll come back around and try for green. Okay. Let's talk to Jaya real quick. Can you check Elin's alibi with the taxi?
One step ahead of you, boss. Elin was picked up from the pier just after 11 p.m. There is no way she could have got from there to here in an hour.
Okay. Okay, good. Yes, you should call a solicitor.
It's very interesting that you asked me that. It's not something.
Fine. How are you doing?
Hey, you. Thanks for helping me with this grief thing. I'm not sure I have it, though.
Okay. How did you like Dr. Dekker.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man.
I love
A
this
good
dress
listener,
on
as
her.
I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, well, what did Dr. Dekker tell you about the patients?
Most of the patients are suspects, according to the police. Almost all the patients are referred, and some of them are privates, but Dr. Dekker didn't introduce any of them.
Okay. How do you feel about the patients? Okay. What are your thoughts on the patients? What do you think of Elin?
Elin seems like a lovely person. I'm not really sure why she's here.
Okay. What do you think of Claire?
Claire seems to be shaken by something. You know, I offer her drinks every time she comes in, but she always refuses them. It's as if she just wants to come in, get her session over with, and then run off to do something else. It's a bit rude, isn't it?
Do you think of Nathan?
Oh, I just want to cuddle Nathan all up. He's such a mess. He's always in the same clothes. You know, he barely talks to me though. It's the same hello every time. He reminds me of Tom.
Well, who's Tom? Who is Tom?
Tom was a quiet mess, like Nathan. Youngish, in his early 20s. He taught piano, but he did have a strange hobby.
Strange hobby?
Tom liked to base jump. That's basically falling from a huge building or mountain and pulling
Yeah,
your
okay.
parachute before you hit the ground. He started to think he could fly. Dr. Dekker tried to talk him out of it, but Tom had to prove his point. So one day, Tom decided to base jump without a parachute. Can you guess what happened?
He died?
He did die. He was hit by a rock from further up the mountain. He never got to fly. Nathan thinks he knows what his problem is too, but if he's not careful, he'll get hit by that rock. I wish I'd said goodbye.
Goodbye to Tom? Goodbye to Dr. Dekker?
I wish I'd said goodbye to Dr. Dekker. It was so sudden. You know, here, then gone. He resigned anyway, but that's not the same, is it?
He resigned?
Dr. Dekker resigned shortly before his murder. No, it's sad. But doctors come and go, and only poor Jaya
Oh.
remains. I've got his resignation letter somewhere. You know, I do all the hiring and firing around here. Well, Professor Alderby and the Trust technically do that.
Okay. Well, let's real quick look at this. To whom it may concern, please accept this letter as notice of my intention to resign from my position. The end. Okay, so. Who's the other patient that Mariana. What do...
I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't know.
Did I misspell her name? Oh, 2 N's. Okay. Bryce is the other one. Okay.
Bryce has a lot of misdirected anger. I don't think I like him that much. You know, sometimes when things overrun, he's outside waiting for you, and he stares at me as if he's undressing me with his eyes. You know, he's not the first person that's done that, but still, you know, it feels worse coming from him.
Okay. What do you think of Mariana?
Mariana is a special girl. You know, there's something about her that just makes you want to follow her. Maybe that's what a trendsetter looks like.
Okay. Okay, the trust.
I think you might be barking up the wrong tree there.
Professor Alderby. Yes. Alderby.
Professor Alderby is a trustee. Did I not mention that?
You did not mention that, no. No, you didn't mention that.
I can't help you with that.
Trying! Okay, I'm gonna come back to her. Let's go talk to Bryce. Maybe we can get Bryce. Okay, how are you today?
There's something I want to tell you about.
Okay.
Something else that's wrong with me. I think I've been getting a bit out of control in my hour.
Out of control?
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move, because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen? Go to a fairground?
I would sleep.
Sorry, Doctor, I dozed off there.
Rude. Maybe I should suggest things he might have done to gain his trust. I wonder if he's stolen anything, or spied on anyone, or helped anyone. I would help people.
I did think, what good could I do, other than catch up with work? I did see a woman who was having her purse snatched, so I gave her purse back, and the crook, I placed him on a bus a few blocks away. I have no idea where it was going. She'd never really be able to thank me, so I took another picture.
Okay. Okay. Okay, well, what else would I would sneak in places.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. There's a young mother, divorced,
Oh,
who lives
God.
opposite me. Jessica. She's friendly and says hello to me, smiles. I've always wondered what she looks like naked. So 1 hour, I broke into her house. She was standing in her bedroom. I took it as a sign. I took off her clothes and... I don't really know about that. I have no idea what...
Okay,
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked. When I'd stripped her. When she was naked and frozen. I didn't want to have to do it again, to strip her again. So I took pictures to remind myself what she looked like. That's wrong, isn't it, Doctor?
Yes. Taking her picture was wrong.
I know. It's that bloody Dr. Dekker. He made me this way. It's all his fault.
It's his fault?
Like I said, I originally presented with depression, and everything was going well for a while. Then Dr. Dekker changed.
He changed?
He was easily distracted during sessions, like he wasn't listening. I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening half the time. I don't think he wanted to know about his patients anymore. But when he did give you advice...
What advice did he give you?
He told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did. But he pushed me. He made me think it.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, where were you on Valentine's?
I spent most of Valentine's Day at the art gallery. Well, the evening part, anyway. They had a display with the theme Love Conquers All. I didn't get most of the paintings, but they were well done.
Okay, well that's nice. That's the nicest thing he's said about himself this entire time. He's just... Okay. Out of
When
control.
I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously.
Go back through this.
It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move. Because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen?
What would I do?
Go to a fairground?
Fairground?
Ha! That was just an example, Doctor. I'm sure you can come up with more exciting things to do than that.
Steal something. I might steal something.
Yes, I would steal too. And I have stolen.
Okay.
I ran out of milk, so I thought I'd go to the local all-night shop and get some more. I was absolutely intending to pay, but when I got there, everyone was frozen. I thought about leaving money on the counter, but that seemed weird. The cashier would wake and suddenly this money would have appeared from nowhere. But I've stolen bigger things.
Bigger things?
From stealing milk, I moved on to petrol. From petrol, well, all those supermarkets have all kinds of electricals, so I've stolen quite a lot of that. I'm not proud. I think I've been doing it because I can. To prove to myself either way, my extra hour is actually real.
Okay. So... Okay, you know what? How did you feel about Dr. Dekker?
I dug the grave for Dr. Dekker.
Oh.
I helped carry his coffin to the burial site.
Well.
Do you know what? It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it. Why do you think that is?
Didn't weigh enough?
No, the coffin wasn't empty. There was something in it. A decoy, I'd imagine.
A decoy?
I'm guessing he was buried somewhere else, or cremated. Somebody somewhere didn't want his body going in the ground. Do you want to be cremated or buried, Doctor?
Well, I want to be cremated.
That's a good choice, Doctor. Less work for me.
Okay. Let's go back.
I did think, what good could I do other than catch up with work? I did see a woman who was having her purse snatched, so I gave her purse back, and the crook, I placed him on a bus a few blocks away. I have no idea where it was going. She'd never really be able to thank me, so I took another picture. I took a picture after undressing her. I put her clothes back on before time resumed. To be honest, there wasn't much to take off and put on. Do you know what kind of girls walk around at midnight, Doctor?
Well, thankfully, he's not asking me, for more of that. So, okay.
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move. Because I live on my own.
Okay, I'll come back around to that.
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked. When I'd stripped her. When she was naked and frozen. I didn't want to have to do it again, to strip her again. So I took pictures to remind myself what she looked like. That's wrong, isn't it, Doctor?
Okay.
He was easily distracted during sessions, like he wasn't listening. I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening half the time. I don't think he wanted to know about his patients anymore. But when he did give you advice...
Dr. Dekker didn't want to know his patients?
Therapists are supposed to help you. For whatever reason, Dr. Dekker had given up the desire to cure my mind, and instead wanted to make me more unstable.
I see. I kind of want to ask other people what advice Dr. Dekker gave them. Did Dr. Dekker give you advice? No, okay. No, okay. Cool. Back to Bryce. Okay. Actually, I want to come back to Bryce. He's freaking me the fuck out. Don't like this. Don't like him at all. Okay, Claire. How are you today? How are you?
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today.
Okay.
I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway. But it's also where they died.
Oh, okay. Well, how's David?
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. I didn't go inside. I forgot my key, and the spare was missing.
Okay. How did they die?
Sorry, I don't know anything about that.
Okay. Okay.
I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there, by the lake, only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
I see. A girl?
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
Yes, you are allowed to talk to her.
Good. It felt nice. I felt like I was being nice. I felt human. So I can find her and talk to her again, Doctor.
Yes, you can talk to her again.
Then I will. I'll look for her next time I'm there.
Okay. How was she different?
I don't know. I suppose she just reminded me of me.
Oh, is this
I
just
spent
like...
a lot of time alone as a child. She said she was trying to catch some strange creatures that she's seen in the water.
strange creature?
I don't know. Minnows, probably. Everything's strange when you're a child.
You know what? You're not wrong. Okay. Spare key.
I'm sure I had a spare key for the lake house, but I can't find it anywhere. I don't really need one if David is around.
Okay. So at least we got that out of the way. How did your parents die?
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
I see.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today.
I asked about that.
I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway. But it's also where
I asked about that. Okay. When did your parents die?
It was 12 years ago. I was still very young. Too young to be an orphan anyway. I had to toughen up quickly.
Okay. Toughen up?
I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune. Lots of people, lots of men, saw that as an opportunity.
Okay, and so that's why you figured out you could kill people. Okay. Where were you on Valentine's?
The day Dr. Dekker was killed, I had a session with him in the morning at my usual time, 11 o'clock. That was the last time I saw him.
Okay. How was Dr. Dekker?
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day.
Okay.
Excited even. He talked a lot.
What did he talk about?
I see what you're trying to do, but I really don't know anything about that.
What did Dr. Dekker talk about?
Dr. Dekker made me an offer that I couldn't refuse. I'll be taking it to the grave with me, though. As did he.
Any favorite patients so far? I think Claire is a lot, but I kind of like her. Elin I like Elin. I'm okay with Nathan. Bryce freaks me the fuck out. Do not like Bryce at all. He's the worst. I like Jaya well enough. Okay.
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seems different.
Sad.
Special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
Okay. The girl looked sad.
David had been hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
Skins?
Animal skins. David hunts, then skins. It's horrible, really. He's not really good at either job, so the skins still have great lumps of bloody carcass hanging off them. I'm sure he'll get better with practice.
Ma'am. It is indeed a lot. So, as far as I can tell right now, you know, all of these people, Dr. Dekker was encouraging their delusions because of whatever the fuck Professor Alderby was telling him. Okay, well, get to Jaya. Let's talk to her again. We already asked about that. How did you like? Okay.
Hey, you.
Okay. How is your grief?
Oh, I don't really know where to start. I feel a bit numb. Maybe we should just talk about him.
Okay.
hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and
Okay,
tell
did he
me
often work
things
late?
about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Okay. Did he often work late?
We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
Okay. Why is no one wearing shoes in this game?
We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with
patterns. Kind of patterns.
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Okay. Can I see them?
Yes. Letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations. You know, I find those referral letters. He was sure there was a pattern in them.
Okay, cool. Cleared that up. Okay. Alderby is a trustee?
I think I'm going to get into trouble now. Have you ever heard of secret shoppers? Well, Professor Alderby posed as a patient to test Dr. Dekker. It's just a thing that he does. I'm sure he'll come and visit you at some stage, so please play along.
I'm glad you were able to catch another one. Okay, cool. But yes, hello. We are trying to play this game. Oh, thank you for the raid, Toy Reaper 7. Awesome. I just realized I don't have... No, I do have my alerts. I don't know why I didn't get an alert from it. But thank you for the raid! Hell yeah, we're playing a spooky game that is full motion video, and it is a lot, so I'm just gonna warn you, it is a lot. As in... There we go. Thanks. There we go. But yes, hello. So rundown of this game so far. Here, let me just alt tab real quick. Nope, it doesn't pause. Okay. There we go. Ooh, I'm pretty happy with how far I've gotten so far in this act. That's hints used overall. Yes, sensitive topics. Let's talk about it real quick. So the game, the entire deal with the game is you are coming in. A psychiatrist therapist has All right, I win. Oh hell yeah! Nice, thanks for the gifted sub. But we are a psychiatrist or therapist, I don't know, coming in because another therapist, Dr. Dekker, has been murdered. So we are coming in and taking over his practice and also trying to catch his murderer. I don't know why we're doing both things, but we are. So we're just having to do both. Okay. And it is a type of game where you have to type in your question and it will respond. So you have to get the correct words for it. I am going to say that the major content warnings are spousal abuse, creepy stalker situation going on, time loops, if that's a thing for you that's upsetting. I am literally just being Nancy Drew in Secrets Can Kill, the original, every time they tell me something, I just use the exact words they just said to ask a question. They'll be like, yeah, he could give really bad advice sometimes. Advice? So I'm basically just being Nancy Drew. But other things, currently there's obviously death, murder, suicide is mentioned. There's like amnesia and stuff like that. I can't think of any more at the moment. There's talk about a car crash causing someone's death. So if that's an issue for you, all of these things. Mental health being played for something spooky, I think, is a big one. But yes. Yeah, so let's get right back into it. I'm having so much fun with this game. Nancy has enough problems. She can't help others with theirs. No, she can't. You're so right.
Midnight each day.
On
Oh.
Valentine's.
Okay. Chill. Okay. So Dr. Dekker, we're trying to also find out how he got murdered. I like how I've just the men, I'm like, Okay. Red, keep questioning. I know. I found all the key points. Okay. You know what? Let's talk to these ladies. Hello. Who are you? Hey. Who are you?
I'm Lacey Hendricks. So you don't know about me then?
I don't know about you.
Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live, she was murdered.
Okay.
80, and they diversion burgled her. But she was wise to it and started calling the police. They slit her throat with a bread knife. So I started a neighbourhood watch.
Neighborhood watch?
It was me and Agnes. Everyone else thought we were overreacting. If they want their throats cut, that's up to them, living in their bubbles. But Agnes. Poor Agnes.
Okay, what happened? Well, now I'm like, what happened to Agnes?
Just one question at a time, please.
Poor Agnes?
She went missing, and still is. And that's what people think. But it's not the truth.
Okay, well, what else? I should ask Lacey about the neighbor. I already am. Excuse you. The truth?
It killed them.
It killed
It looks
it?
normal enough. A smartly dressed, door-to-door saleswoman. I know because I heard my other neighbours shout at her. No Jehovah's! They think anyone knocking is a Jehovah. But she said she was selling double glazing.
Am I supposed to ask double glazing? Okay, saleswoman?
I don't know. I didn't answer the door. Best not to nowadays. But I watched her go to Agnes's. Poor Agnes. She let her right into her house.
Okay. She let her in?
Don't know.
Okay. Ma'am, please. Agnes. Oh my gosh. Agnes let her in? Question mark? Nope. Okay.
I don't know. I didn't answer the door. Best not to nowadays. But I watched her go to Agnes's. Poor Agnes. She let her right into...
Okay. Let her into her house?
I could only see the silhouette. It
House was the
turned
word.
From a person into a, well, it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa.
Medusa.
Snakes for
A
a face.
Gorgon.
And Agnes just fell to the floor. A few
minutes later, the woman left, smiling like the cat that got the cream. That was the end of Agnes.
Okay. A Gorgon?
Keep asking.
A Medusa?
I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do I need? You're starting to sound like Dr. Dekker. He didn't believe me either.
It randomizes every time you start a new game. Anyone could, any of the 5 patients could be, oh my god. That's, oh my god. Technically, no one should know what a Gorgon looks like because that whole, you can look at a Gorgon, the only way you turn to stone is if they also look at you at the same time. You guys, like, have eye contact. That's what turns you into stone.
I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do I need? You're starting to sound like Dr. Dekker. He didn't believe me either.
Dr. Dekker? Question.
I didn't have much luck with him, like I said. He didn't believe me. He thought I was having a hallucination caused by the stress of my neighbor being so brutally murdered. Where is Agnes, though? I haven't found her, have they? Have they?
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go back and try and hit up all of the red patients first. Okay, Nathan, what were we talking about here? Oh, right. Oh no, he's so frustrating to me. Bryce, what were we talking about? Okay, we're just gonna get a hint real quick.
Possibly a relative of yours. Possibly a patient that died here. I'm not sure. She doesn't normally say anything.
What? What? The fuck? What the fuck? Can I ask for a hint again? That's what I asked. Oh my god, because I spelled it wrong.
We walk alone without our aim.
I asked that like... Then why does it think I should... What were you doing?
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
We walk alone.
Okay. Are you lonely?
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
Yes, you should look for someone else. Why not?
Okay, fine. I'll try. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, though. Just sign up to Tinder and start swiping.
Yes.
Maybe it's just company I'm missing. Although I don't really want any.
Parsers, they're finicky sometimes. Okay. Okay, we're getting to a place. Once I can get everyone to Amber, then I'm going to get myself some more water. Okay, so Jaya, please. I'm just gonna... There we go.
On Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had a session with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
Okay. Okay, well, Nathan already told me that it was a missed number.
not really something I know.
Jaya, please. Yeah.
I'm not religious, but when I wrote Hannah's epitaph, I knew her parents would want some acknowledgement of the great bearded one. But she was an angel to me. She was an angel to everyone.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, let's get back to Jaya, though. Tell me about Tom. Okay. We already talked. Ben.
So, should I get a solicitor, or shall we try and talk it out with him?
Let's get a solicitor.
I think we should get a solicitor. I know the perfect firm. I'll do it all. Don't worry about it. And that's why we've got insurance for these kinds of things anyway. But the cheek of it.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. Everyone get up. Stretch. I know that the stars asterisks are what I need to be working on. I'm trying. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. We're here. Okay, Jaya, let's look at...
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patient.
I already
things
asked
that
about...
I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
Do you think of Lacey?
I don't know about that, Doctor.
Okay. More confident?
I don't know.
Okay, Dr. Dekker was more confident. Okay. The game both randomizes your killer and tracks how insane you become over the course of the game. I'm becoming insane?
I think I'm going to get into trouble now. Have you ever heard of secret shoppers? Well, Professor Alderby posed as a patient to test Dr. Dekker. It's just a thing that he does. I'm sure he'll come and visit you at some stage, so please play along. I don't know anything about that.
Oh my god. Okay. I don't...
It hadn't even been a...
Hadn't even been a year. Okay. Those are the two things that I still have to go on for her. Solitary man?
I've got no idea what.
I'll come back. We'll come back to you. I haven't met Jasmine yet. Hey, Jasmine. Who are you?
I'm Jasmine. I don't come in that often. What happened to Dr. Dekker?
Oh. Dr. Dekker died.
Oh. When? How? Sorry, you probably don't know, do you?
He was murdered. I should tell her that, okay. He was stabbed.
Ouch. I didn't really know him that well. I'm trying to remember what I was doing on Valentine's Day now.
Well, I didn't tell you that it was Valentine's. Okay. Yeah, I'll come back to you. Hey, Nathan. So...
Hello again, Doctor. I had a bit of a shaky loop incident, but let's not talk about it. Yesterday, I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to...
Okay. Shaky loop incident. Nope, okay. Oh.
I was interested. Maybe I misread. Maybe she was just being kind. I suppose most women wouldn't enjoy me talking about my dead ex for hours.
Hours? Hours. Why am I asking him about his mother? Okay, well...
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Missed call?
Pass.
Who called you?
Sorry, I don't know.
What?
Hello again, Doctor.
No, no.
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Did Dr. Dekker call you? Okay. What do you think of your mother?
She's dead. Thanks for bringing that up. She's dead. Thanks for bringing that up.
Tell me about your dead mother. How did your mother die?
She stopped breathing. I don't know. I was 6. Something to do with her lungs.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. We're still on those last 3 things, so... Did Dr. Dekker call you the day he was murdered? Okay, the more you dig into their nonsense, the further you bury yourself. So am I, by going green on all of these things, am I fucking myself over? You guys can answer that. Like, if you know, you can tell me. Is it, like, better to just get on with it and not go crazy? Perhaps you should ask someone else a question. Bitch. Okay. It doesn't lose you the game, just changes your ending. Okay. Did Dr. Dekker give you advice? No. Okay.
Yeah, the Uber driver also fished down by the sea. He said he'd seen me lots of times after I washed up. And he told me that I had a great body. I just wanted to get home.
Ew. Okay. What happened after 9?
I have no idea. I just went home. I guess he probably came back here if that's where they found him.
Okay. Did you get the driver's name?
I don't know anything else about the driver. I've forgotten him already.
Okay. Were you seeing Dr. Dekker?
People are quick to put labels on everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker was more than just a therapist to me. We had a lot of things in common, but we weren't seeing each other.
Okay. Okay. What did you have in common?
Sorry, no. I think your button's undone.
Rude. I am not doing... Okay.
I've danced around in my living room, but no clubs since last time. I like dancing around in my underwear.
Dancing around in your underwear?
Doctor, I don't think our relationship has got to that point yet.
Ma'am. I'm just trying to get through all... But apparently that was that. That was what I needed.
It was Valentine's Day.
Special occasions. What are special... Oh, wait. I already asked that. Okay. Let's just... I don't want to ask that. That seems very awkward to me.
It was Valentine's Day. I drink on special occasions. For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
Okay, interfering. That's not how you spell it, is it?
I'm not sure how this therapy thing works, but if you're talking to a guy who wants to jump off a cliff, don't tell him to jump.
I mean... Jump off a cliff?
It's just an example. I'm not a guy. I don't want to jump off a cliff.
Okay. Good. I
just felt like I had some kind of special power. And part of me wanted to use it.
Special power.
And he urged me to do that.
Okay, special power. Did I ask her about that yet?
I don't want to say any more about it. Not now. I'm a shape-shifting vampire werewolf. I said I didn't want to talk about it. What is it you're thinking about when you're not listening to me?
Well, I'm thinking about all these little green asterisks, is what I'm thinking about, Mariana. Okay, I'm thinking about all these little green asterisks.
It was Valentine's Day. People are quick to put labels on everything.
Are you seeing someone else?
I'm not seeing anyone at the moment. Are you offering, Doctor?
No, I'm not offering. No, I'm not offering.
It sounded like an offer to me, Doctor.
Well, it wasn't, ma'am. I am a happily married woman. Thank you very much. I don't have time for Cthulhu cultists, as far as I can tell. They remind me of the We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno, no, no. We don't talk about Bruno. That's all I know of the
People
song.
are quick to put labels on everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker was more than just a therapist to me.
More than a
We had lot of
therapist?
things in common.
More than a therapist?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
Ma'am. Okay, did you just go out for drinks and were you seeing Dr. Dekker? Labels? What? Ma'am, please.
It was Valentine's Day. I drink on special occasions. People are quick to put labels on everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker was more than just a therapist to me. We had a lot of things in common, but...
What did you have in common with Dr. Dekker? No, we already talked to Nathan. Let's go back to Elin. Did Dr. Dekker give you advice?
Yes, I had a session with Dr. Dekker on Valentine's Day. 3 o'clock, I think. Just a few hours later, he was... I still can't get over it.
You can't get over it?
Dr. Dekker seemed fine on Valentine's Day. He seemed to be in a good mood. It didn't seem like anything was bothering him.
Okay.
We talked about families, I think. Our mums. I probably spent far too much time talking to Dr. Dekker about my mum.
That's what therapy's for. Talking about your mum. Your mum?
My mum's a nightmare.
Same
I
though.
said she was into all this new age stuff, right? So she thinks she can tell me what I should be doing all the time because she got a message from her spirit guide that said I'm not eating well, or I'm not getting enough sleep, or I'm not looking after my inner moonbeam or whatever. It drives me nuts. But she's my mum. I love her, so I have to take it.
Okay.
To help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way. His name is Max. He's really sweet, but I don't see a future between us. He's not really my type.
Okay. Not your type.
I think we've got a bit off track. Maybe you should check your notes.
I am saying Ma'am.
max a couple of years, but
I'm just
this
using
is the
hints
first
at this
time we've
point.
been on a date.
I'm not someone who's not
I don't
using
think he's
hints.
boyfriend material.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. Okay. Dr. Dekker's mum.
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues.
There we go.
That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well.
That's not good for a therapist. Therapists should not download to you. That is not what you're there for. Oh my fucking god. If your therapist downloads to you, that's not good. See another therapist. Okay, deep breaths. If you got through Elon's afterlife question, you can get through this. You are so right. Thank you. I needed that. If you were someone who didn't use hints, it would take you 3 times as long. It's true. I am not a person who's above using hints. What unfinished business do you have? No, I already asked about unfinished business. Gosh darn it.
To help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
We're very messy.
Dr. Dekker almost certainly had unfinished business. He didn't know he was going to die. But it's too late now. That's why I have to help Hilda while I can.
Okay. Okay.
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and...
What issues did he have?
No.
Fuck you, game. Okay. Claire. Let's get back into it.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today.
Okay. Already dealt with
I
that.
went to the lake house.
Already dealt with that.
I always go to the lake house anyway. But it's also where they died.
Okay. Why do you go to the lake house? Whatever. I give up.
Dr. Dekker was more animated that day. Excited even. He talked a lot.
Okay. He was animated?
Instead of his usual sarcasm and rebuttals, he seemed...
You're really invested in this game? Me too!
Presumably he had a date.
He had a date? Okay. Well. Apparently we don't have anything to talk about. Okay.
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Okay.
I was staying at a friend's house.
You were staying at a friend's house?
Do you think I killed my parents?
No, I don't think you killed your parents.
It's okay if you think I killed them. You
I
wouldn't
said
be the
no.
first to draw that conclusion. People can be so cynical. I'm used to it.
Okay, well, that's not what I was asking, but I was saying that you didn't, but okay. Carbon monoxide poisoning?
I'm not sure. It was a faulty boiler, I think.
Okay. Okay, cool. I got that, at least, but that didn't...
I was a young woman in possession of an enormous fortune. Lots of people, lots of men, saw that as an opportunity. money. Everybody wants it. But what use is it really? Look at me. Am I happy? Am I loved? Am I living?
Okay. Men took it as an opportunity.
Some tried to seduce me. Some thought I wanted a new daddy. Most of them were the same age as my parents. And yet I'm the one here talking to you.
Okay. Well, that cleared up toughen up. That's good. Do you feel... No, that's weird. I don't know how to phrase that for it to understand. Okay.
I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there. By the lake.
I already asked about a girl.
Only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
Nets on a stick?
There's very little I'm not willing to talk about, Doctor. But I'm afraid I don't know anything about.
Okay, how does the lake house make you feel? I already asked about the little girl. Okay. Oh.
Valentine's Day night, I was at the lake house, watching David, like I always do.
How is David? Do you love David?
Love? Yes. I suppose I always will.
Okay. Cool. What was the other thing it asked me to ask her?
Valentine's Day night, I was at the lake
Oh!
house.
Thank you for the raid, boarding game mama! I'm going to give you guys the same warning I just gave the other raid. So this is a game. It is a spooky game. We are a therapist who is taking on the role of another therapist he got murdered, and the police have asked us to help find the killer because they think it's one of his patients. So what we're doing is we are asking questions by typing them in, and it is, if we say the right keywords, then people will be able to, we get the answers and stuff. I have technically completed this act, but I'm trying to get all of the good stuff. But here are the content warnings. There's obviously murder. There's spousal abuse, spousal murder. There is a talk of suicide. There is just using delusions as like, are they real? Are they not? There's time looping that can be hard for some people. There's talk about parental death, loved one's death. What else? I'm missing stuff, but that's the general feeling of it. And those are the big content warnings I can give. But yes, thank you for the raid. Everyone remind me to raid someone when we're done here, because I keep forgetting.
At midnight.
No, shh. I know. Bryce, I don't want to talk to you. I really hate you so much. Okay, Claire, we're still talking to you right now. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get them all to green. So if something has an asterisk next to it, it means I haven't finished that conversation. Oh yeah, content warning for therapists breaching patient confidentiality and also for breaching the ethics of dating their patients. So putting that out there. Okay.
He has trouble with his mental faculties and is getting worse. Yes. I'll watch him and make sure nothing bad happens.
Okay. Cool. You know what? How did you meet David?
Met isn't the right word. David has always been there, in the shadows, on the periphery. I move in very exclusive circles. You tend to see the same faces.
Well, that didn't help me at all. Same faces? Question mark?
Sorry.
Nope. Social circles?
I don't move in any circles anymore.
Okay.
Those people were my parents' friends, not mine.
Okay. Your parents' friends?
I've known David forever.
Okay.
It seems like he's always been in my life, one way or another. It was a family friend. It's different now, of course, to when I first met him. I felt like he was
Well, have
protecting me.
fun. I hope you had an amazing stream.
Nothing could hurt me when he was there.
Okay, well, nothing more to that, I guess. I still have how did your parents die? You went to the lake house. How's David? And how are you? Okay. Someone else a question. Fuck you.
It's the anniversary.
My god. Whatever. Okay, back to patients. Let's go back to Bryce, I guess. He's my least favorite. He's the worst.
No, the coffin wasn't empty. There was something in it. A decoy, I'd imagine.
What do you think was in the coffin?
I'm a bit of a professional at this grave-filling business, Doctor. I know a decoy coffin when I handle one.
Is that something that you handle often? But nope, okay. Okay, well that helps. I cleared that up at least. Okay, what advice did he give you?
He told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did.
Okay.
But he pushed me. He made me think it.
Okay. He pushed you?
I don't know.
He made you think it? Okay, it's his fault though, so we already did that. Okay.
That wretched dig goes on 24/7. 25/7, if you ask me. Your patient, Nathan, caused quite a stir. He interrupted one of the female students all night, apparently. Made her miscategorize some findings, going on about his dead girlfriend. It's amazing what you hear at the coffee machine. Well, I suppose that's a bonus. We're allowed to use their coffee machine while they're there.
Okay. Bryce says Nathan was with a female student all Valentine's night. I know, we've already talked to him about that. We've already talked to him. I asked Nathan. Okay, what else can we ask him about? What advice did he give you? You took off Jessica's clothes and out of control.
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously.
How about when did you first get the hour? When did you first get the hour?
Not something I know about.
God. Gosh darn it. Gosh diddly darn it. Okay,
Yes, I suppose I've destroyed a few things whilst in the hour. You can be the perfect supervillain. Nobody knows it was you.
Okay. Why didn't you stop seeing Dekker?
Because you have to hope, don't you, Doctor? It's only the power of hindsight that made me realize how toxic it all was.
Okay.
And after a point, you go too far to be able to come back anyway.
Okay, well, I apparently don't. There's nothing else to talk to about all that. That's fine. That's fine. Didn't help me get through what I have, but that's okay.
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move. Because I live on my own.
You live on your own?
I live on my own.
Okay.
Occasionally I visit my father. He's in sheltered housing.
Oh.
Dementia.
Okay. What about your mother? Nope. That didn't help me.
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked. When I'd stripped her. When she was naked and frozen.
Do you have the pictures?
I don't have anything to say to that.
Okay, did you keep the photos?
No. Sorry.
Did you keep the photos of Jessica?
I can't delete them. I don't know why. I haven't
Gotcha.
shown them to anyone else. Do you want to see them, Doctor?
No, I don't want to see them. No, I don't want to see them.
No, of course you don't. It's just
I want
me.
this couch.
I'm the sick one.
You're not, I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna. Okay, that helped. That helps. Okay. Out
When
of
I first
control.
got the hour, I was shocked, obviously.
How did you figure out everyone was frozen?
Nope.
Okay. I have to figure out how I'm supposed to ask that question, which is the frustrating thing. Okay. Maybe you should ask someone else a question. Fuck you. Okay, Elin. Come back around. Let's come back. I only have half an hour left in this stream. Dr. Dekker's mom. Then where were you on Valentine's?
It just sort of fades when I let go of their hand. Obviously, I can't see myself, but I feel it leave me. If you get what I mean.
I don't get what you mean. I don't get what you mean.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Sometimes typing hint will give you a suggestion, even if the drop down doesn't. Who was Alice?
Alice
So
was
true.
one of my favourites. She never held back, spoke her mind about everything. But she had a wicked sense of humour.
Okay. Oh, that was... Okay, that did help.
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
I already asked about Alice. Locket? Tell me about the locket.
That's not really important. Ask me something else.
Okay,
Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious.
okay, where did you meet Max? Nope, okay.
very positive energy.
I don't know what I'm saying I'm happy about, but... Okay.
I only shift at work to help my patients. I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
Or to deceive anyone? What the hell?
I don't think I'm deceiving my patients when I shift. I'm helping them.
Okay. Okay. Okay, what do we think?
Sounds like Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself.
What did Dr. Dekker talk about? Dr. Dekker talked about himself?
Mainly he talked about being a therapist. Said he had a few patients like me, you know, with special gifts. He said not all of them were as enlightened as me.
Special gifts?
Well, you know, I know what I can do is special. I see it as a good thing. But apparently, some of his other patients saw their abilities as a curse. Dr. Dekker hated that. He said he wished they could all be more like me.
Okay, well, that cleared that up. So that's good. Didn't clear up any of the rest of this, but you know. Dr. Dekker's
Sounds like
mom.
Dekker and his mum had a few issues. That's what I liked about Dr. Dekker. It wasn't just him asking me questions and analysing me. He talked about himself as well.
Sometimes the patients will ask their own questions that you can answer in their I don't know responses. Oh! I didn't know that. That's where those random questions come from. Okay. Okay. Good to know.
Actually, I had a hot date. It wasn't anything serious, just some guy I know. But it was a nice date, different to what I'm used to.
We already talked about that. It's a nice date, different from what I used to. Some guy. Hot date. Okay, we already talked about that. We already talked about different from to what you're used to. We already talked about some guy. What on earth could we have to say?
I didn't lie. I'm really not interested in dating anyone. I just went out with Max as a favour for a friend. Like I said, it wasn't anything serious.
For a friend? The only time my therapist has mentioned anything specific about another patient was when she was asking me outside of session for advice on pronouns and resources. Yeah. Therapists who talk about themselves in your sessions are not good therapists. Yeah, he should not be discussing his other patients with the patient. Not at all. Okay, what the fuck do I need to say? Okay, well...
It's smashed.
Okay.
She was cuddling him like he was 6. He's 25.
Okay.
So you watched the tapes. Ah, gold star for you.
Thank you. I did watch the tapes. Okay.
It hadn't even been a year.
What if I just type hint now? What do you think about chaos?
Nobody likes chaos, Doctor. We're supposed to be restoring order, don't you think?
Ma'am, you...
I think I'm going to get into trouble now. Have you ever heard of secret shoppers? Well, Professor...
Okay, Alderby posed as a patient. Ugh. Ah. Hey, fine. Fine. Okay, Nathan, what did we have left with you? I still don't know what to do for you. Mariana. What do we have left for you? Still need another 12 seconds. I can do this. I can do this. I want to get at least one person to green before the end. Okay. I know that it saves in the middle of the day, so that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Not a problem. It's just a challenge. It's a challenge. Oops. How many times did you go out with Dr. Dekker?
We only went out for drinks that one time.
Okay. Cool. Okay, okay, okay. Cool, 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 cool.
People are quick to put labels on everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker was more than just a therapist to me. We had a lot of things in common, but we weren't seeing each other.
Okay, you only saw him the once. We already asked more than a therapist, right?
Clueless.
No, okay.
Sorry, say that again.
He was more than a therapist? Sorry. Ah! I'm also taking suggestions from the crowd. Okay.
It's a bit chilly in here. The leather's not warm either.
That wasn't very helpful. Oh, but she did say before, is it cold in here? Yeah. Oh, thank you. How was Dekker more than a therapist? Nope. What did you and Dekker have in common? What label would you put on it? Ma'am. Okay, how do you feel about chaos?
No idea.
I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, you have a button undone.
Okay, well, that... wasn't very helpful. Okay. Claire, where were we? What did we have left? We just have how did your parents die, went to the lake house, and how are you? Just all of that.
They haven't found her because that thing ate her. Or made her disappear or something. Her useless husband managed to survive unscathed, though.
Her husband? You get to a point.
Much about him, other than the fact that he looks at me like I'm 6 foot under every time we meet. He doesn't seem too bothered she's gone missing either. He did at first, when the police were crawling around. But now they've gone, that stopped. If I hadn't seen that thing eat her, I'd...
You think her husband did something? Nope. You get to the point where you just want to ask about husbands. That's what I...
He's a Weasley little man who spends far too much time in his garden. It's probably like the National Trust back there. The constant digging and building, pruning and sawing.
Okay.
I was at Henley Church.
Everyone was
They
at
had a
Henley
service
Church.
that ran right up till midnight. For us less fortunates without a love in their life. Well, now. Do you have someone, Doctor? Do you have a love in your life?
Yes, I have a love in my life.
Keep him safe. You never know who's going to come knocking on your door.
Okay. Like the National Trust?
That's not really a question I can answer.
Well, you're the one who said it.
No. He's a Weasley little man who spends far too much time in his garden. It's probably like the National Trust back there.
Constant digging. Constant digging?
What a thing to say! Why would you say that? I kept watching the front door after that saleswoman had left and nothing. She didn't leave, and you can't get out the back since the council sold the garage block. Ron's a gardener, not a killer. Unless...
Unless?
Agnes said Ron was laying the foundations for a new greenhouse. You don't think...
You think he buried her under the foundation?
I need to call the police. I need to call them now. but they won't listen to me. I tried to tell them about the monster, but they didn't believe me. They won't believe me about this, I promise you. Please, could you call them, Doctor?
Yes, I can call the police.
Thank you, Doctor. Now give me a pen and I'll write down the details for you. Don't you want to know why Dr. Dekker called me the leech lady?
Why did Dr. Dekker call you that? Why did he call you the leech lady?
He said that I leech thoughts from people. Suck them right out of their heads.
Oh, I always raid
And I
and
can
run,
put thoughts
so
in
I
there,
never...
too. I'm not that clever though, am I, Doctor? I mean, it's not as if I was having an affair with Ron and Agnes was in the way and needed to disappear. So I made this story up. I mean, what do you think I do for a living anyway?
What do you do for a living?
I'm not really sure about that.
Did you kill Agnes? Okay.
He said that I leech thoughts from people. Suck them right out of their heads. And I can put thoughts in there too. I'm not that clever though, am I, Doctor? I mean,
I'm not that clever, am
not
I,
as if I was
Doctor?
having an affair with Ron and Agnes was in the way and needed to disappear. So I made this story up. I mean, what do you think I do for a living anyway?
I mean, what do you do for a living?
No, I can't really answer that.
Ask her if she does what she claimed the door-to-door salesman, the monster, did. Do you...
Doctor, you're so good. We're going to get on just fine.
We got someone to green! I don't even know what's going on with Jasmine. Hey. Oh, we already did that.
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Oh, okay. You... And then... I thought you were talking to an archaeologist.
I meant I wasn't in the mood to talk to Dr. Dekker.
There we go. Okay, that helped with that. That's gone, okay.
I've kept almost all of her stuff as she left it. It's just the clothes. I've decided to burn those yesterday, so here I am. Hannah loved clothes. Every season, she'd donate her entire wardrobe.
She'd donate her entire wardrobe?
Hannah was forever giving to charity. Her things, her time, our money. I actually suggested a charity that Dr. Dekker mentioned called Mind Stretch Outreach.
Okay.
Hello again, Doctor. I had a bit of a shaky loop incident. But let's not talk about it. Yesterday, I set fire to Hannah's clothes in the garden. I just wanted the day to move forward. I instantly regretted it. And lo and behold, here we are, a new day. Hannah's clothes are a pile of ashes. Hannah never met Dr. Dekker. She did donate to his charity once, though.
Okay.
Hannah was forever giving to charity. Her things, her time, our money. I actually suggested a charity that Dr. Dekker mentioned.
Mind stretch outreach.
Mind Stretch Outreach arranges programs.
Yeah, thank you.
It's for poor, clever kids who can't afford private education. It's not much of a charity, I guess, but it certainly ends up with a lot of clever people who are.
You're obsessed with this game now?
Which, in this case, is Dr. Dekker.
Oh shoot, I didn't listen to any of that.
Outreach arranges programs for gifted children. It's for poor, clever kids who can't afford private education. It's not much of a charity, I guess, but it certainly ends up with a lot of clever people who are thankful to the people running it. Which, in this case, is Dr. Dekker.
Dr. Dekker ran the charity? Nope. Oh my god. I'm still also stuck on how are you. Okay. Do you like fire?
I think fire is very primal in terms of energy. Maybe if I burn something, my days will keep rolling. Although I'm not sure you're supposed to encourage arson in these sessions, Doctor.
No, I'm not. Okay, well, that at least got that. Okay, mind stretch outreach.
Mind Stretch Outreach arranges programs for gifted children. It's for poor, clever kids who can't afford private education. It's not much of a charity, I guess, but it certainly ends up with a lot of clever people who are thankful to the people running it. Which, in this case, is Dr. Dekker.
Okay, well, what happened with the charity? Mind stretch. Let's go back to the patients. I feel like I want to get to know what about. I want Claire. I didn't get forward with her last time. Mariana. It's just that were you seeing Dr. Dekker?
People are quick to put labels on everything. I suppose Dr. Dekker.
Do you not like labels? Oh, we've already talked about that. I want Claire, at least someone does. I'm fascinated with Claire as a person. She killed her husband, and he's still alive. Okay. I know nothing about this Jasmine girl.
We had a display in the gallery based on
Oh,
love
hey.
conquers all, so I had to work. Mainly it was a collection of giant hearts sat on things, but I ran into another patient, Bryce. I'd never really spoken with him before, but he's quite an art critic. I couldn't get rid of him until I finished work at 11. There's actually another guy who takes over on the night shift. I'm not sure if he kept talking to Bryce though. Providence is open 24 hours.
Okay. Well, that's helpful. Now we know that Bryce has an alibi. According to her, he's still alive? What do you mean? Oh, Claire. Yeah. What's your problem?
When you see a painting, it stands still. When I see one, it's moving, like a mini film, like little vines. But when there's a person in the painting,
What? A person in the painting?
they watch me
That's just kind of how everyone
very
feels.
disapprovingly.
Why do the paintings disapprove? I'll come back to you. Mariana has... It's just the one thing, so let's literally hint. Isn't drinks a date?
Dr. Dekker did date his patients. Not me, I'd never agree. A drink is not a date.
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna worry about Jasmine. I don't think she's important. Okay. I'm just stuck with how did you like Dr. Dekker and... Okay, then I'll talk to Jasmine a bit while I wait for my hint to cool down. No, I really just can't care about her. Top 10 things a therapist should say. I shouldn't say. I don't care about Jasmine. Is that what we're talking about? But I really don't. Jaya, I really want to finish her up. So let's see. Do I get a hint yet? 10 more seconds. I was so close to being on it. So close, and yet. Why would Alder need to test Dekker?
Test is the wrong word. More like gently guide. Professor Alderby had a lot of good advice to offer the young psychiatrists. He really helps them focus on where the problems are.
Chaos? That didn't help.
I think I'm going to get into trouble.
Why would you get into trouble?
This practice is owned by a trust. They make all the money and leave me to make all the decisions.
Your internal clock is
which
syncing to the
generally
hint
means
system.
making lots of money. I headhunted Dr. Dekker. And you?
Oh, that feels... You headhunted me?
I've recruited the last 5 doctors since I've been here.
Ma'am.
I've got a flair for recognizing the extraordinary. Both you and Dr. Dekker were extraordinary.
Why was Dekker extraordinary?
Both Cambridge graduates, both top of the class, both pliable, obedient slaves to my every whim. Yeah, that last one's more of a hope than a must-have attribute.
Also, I have a really good internal clock because of growing up.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard.
Okay.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't know.
Damn. Okay. I have a really good internal clock because I grew up we would go to this park and I'd be there for all day doing things. And the bell would chime every 15 minutes. And it would do the Westminster bell chimes. So it's the da 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 da, right? And for at the hour, it would hit all 4. At 15 minutes, it would just do the first part. At 30 minutes, it would do 2, and 3/4, it would do 3. So then every single time, every 15 minutes, I would hear it, and then and I would know what time of the hour it was, and then at the hour it would do all 4, and then bong however many times it was the hour. So like my brain got trained. So I have a really good internal clock. So hint me up. Do you believe what Alderby said about gods?
Everyone has to believe in something, don't they, Doctor?
What do you believe? Okay, well, nope. How did you like Dr. Dekker?
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man, a good listener. I'm not trying to hide anything.
Tell me about patient name for... Yes, I did for all of the patients. I did. I said... so we talked about Elin, Claire, Nathan, Bryce, Mariana. When I tried to ask her about Lacey and Jasmine, she had nothing to say. It does come in handy, but mostly it comes in handy in the way where it's like, oh, I asked about Nathan. Where is he? Yeah, Nathan. Please. Won't you be breaching patient confidentiality if I ask you about the patients?
Oh, don't be such a... It's just between us two.
Okay, we're so close. As I say so close, I mean... Okay, it's 11:05. I should stop. Let's find someone who is playing a game. Let's raid. But not play raid, because as you all know, I hate that game so much. Flames on the side of my face. Who is raiding? Let's go raid Tina! Let's all raid Tina. Raid Tina. Yes, we are. So, thank you guys so much. Yeah, I constantly reference Clue. Thank you guys so much for coming and watching. I had an amazing time, and we're going to play more tomorrow. Peace.